Hello, everyone that might be listening. I'm here with EmeperorAry. That's correct, right?
Yes.
So, may you just introduce yourself real quick? Just like a simple hello, etc.
Hi everyone who's going to be listening to this. I'm EmeperorAry or just Ari. Either is fine.
Sorry, Ari, I wanted to ask you first of all, is there any of the five formats in the team tour with draft? Is there anyone that you prefer specifically? Or are you good at all the ones that you like, or are all good at all five potentially?
Unfortunately, I'm not good at all five yet, but my preferred formats are NetDex and PALDEX. I can play Little Cup, but I'm not like I know the meta and I've played a few good games, but not don't really prefer it over Nat and PAL.
Oh, okay. But so I do want to say Paldex and Natdex are really there's a lot of people that can't play them, and I just wanted to say is there anything about yourself that you think separates you from like the rest of the people that might be playing Paldex or Natdex?
Yeah, I mean to put it bluntly, there's like 16 spots across all 8 teams for Nat and PAL. Number of people applying will obviously be quite a lot.
Mhm.
I also theorized that throughout the tournament we will not see a single flex slot going to Nat or Pal, like ever.
Mhm.
So yeah, 16 people are gonna get picked. I think what differentiates me is that in terms of gameplay, I'm not comfortable with any bad plays, even if I end up winning the game. I always come back to criticize myself on the bad plays I made. Um, that's I guess an improvement thing, but currently I think I'm playing quite well. Uh, yeah, I went 5-3 in the last seasonal, which is again not top cut. There's gonna be much better players than me, but yeah, I'm improving. I've beaten a lot of good players. I was I like to think that I was in contention for DLWC, rest of the world, but didn't get picked in the last round. Uh,
Ah.
yeah, that was sad, but that was a super team, so I mean, the people who got picked over me didn't play a single game either, so I'm not really that mad. But yeah, I think that
Ah.
separates me. Yeah, I'm a growing player, and I will give my 100% on both slots, like mocking and team building for Nat and Pal, regardless of which one I'm playing.
Oh, but so you said 16 spots, right, for Paldex and Natdex. I do want to I guess remind you so the captains this season's a little different. Right, there's going to be 7 games, but your captain gets to decide. Each captain pairing gets to decide what the extra game will be played. So the six
Yeah,
and 7 games will be they could be a lot more Paldex players than I think or Natdex players. So there's
yeah.
definitely going to be a lot of people.
I don't think there's going to be a a single captain picking either Nat or Pal because it's always more beneficial to pick one of the other three. Like you can look at the other team's composition and see which one they're weaker at than you in the other three. Let's say a captain should ideally draft two good Rad Red players, then they'll pick two Rad Red. They'll pick a Rad Red flex slot, right?
Yeah,
And the other team, like the other 7 teams, are much less likely to have two good Rad Red players.
but maybe there's some mind games, right? Everyone picks up the specialty guys, and then all the good Paldex players and the Natdex players have an edge, right?
Not really. I
Potentially.
mean, I would say that you don't need like three good Natdex or Paldex people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a great like someone who plays like let's just say steering for example,
Mm-hmm.
or I think even PZZ register he put in player intros that he wants to play like a specific format. If worst comes to worst, he can play Nat and Pal at a very high level as well. Even steering can play Nat and Pal at a very high level. So the other formats, like someone who specializes in the bottom three, can also play Nat and Pal decks, and they can obviously be helped in a team tour format, right? By the
Yeah.
two good quote unquote Nat decks and Pal decks players. But in Rad and Little Cup, people have so little experience, like in fusions, people have so little experience that even with like a very good fusions player supporting me, I don't think I can win a single game against a player who has played good fusions.
Wow,
But if you,
that is cool.
yeah,
So
if you flip
you
it
think,
around,
yeah.
if you flip it
So you
around,
think, oh, no. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, if I flip it around, like me helping a good fusions player in Paldex, I'm confident the fusions player has a good chance of winning Paldex against a proper Paldex player, right? Because
Yeah.
there's only so much to do. And he probably has played Paldex through Smogon or through other tours. But I can't win a single fusions game even with the help of a good fusions player. So flex slots will end up being the bottom three and not Nat and Pal.
Yeah, I understand that. It's not, but sometimes like people can go crazy, right? Some captains, maybe like especially in playoffs, they might go off the rails and try something different. It's
That's
like a
true.
matchup that they lost against and earlier in the season.
That is true. Yeah.
I think just being a good player. I mean, you personally said that you don't think the skills translate, but I do think like for fusion specifically, I do think the skills translate. Especially if you get help from someone that can build you a team and tells you like and can mock you. Like I think right on.
Unfortunately, there are no mocks in fusions.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
The Fusion's website has no private replays functions, so every game is public. So there are no mocks for Fusions.
oh, there is. Yeah, but you have to be dude, man, like you have to be like in the fusion server like 24/7, just like looking at
Yeah,
like
that's
every.
true. That is true.
I mean, yeah. If people are committed, I mean, I think if people are committed to stay 24/7 in that website just to see if anyone mocked, I didn't, and just let them have it, man. No, I'm
Yeah,
just joking, obviously. But I mean, yeah, I mean, there is burners. You could like, play different weird times for people. But yeah, it is kind of tough. I thought there was private rooms in it, but maybe not. I guess because it tells you it sends out the link right to the chat
yeah,
room, the
yeah.
lobby. Man, but yeah, like maybe not. They can just show you calcs and run you through game scenarios and stuff, or stuff like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very very uphill climb.
But also, Ari, I wanted to ask you, do you have any like history with any of the captains or captain pairings in general? Do you know them from
Uh,
any other movies potentially?
yeah, there's a lot of history. I mean, not a lot, but considerable history. So let's go from the top. Phil, who's I think one of the co-owners of the server.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
have
co-owner.
Yeah, I have played and won a team tour in the same team as Phil. Um, so we were playing in PMPL team tour, part of Rin's team, Robux holders. He was playing RR and I was playing AAA. So yeah, we won the team tour together.
So you're saying that there's good chemistry, right? And that maybe
Yeah, there's
that's
good
you should look
chemistry.
into.
Yeah, I mean we've played together, so hopefully. Bajram was also a part of the team tour, but he was unfortunately on the losing side. Like
Oh
he was
no.
not. Yeah, he was not. I mean, there's only one team that wins, right? Either you are in it or you are not. And there's a
Yeah.
7/8, and there's a 7/8 chance you are not in it. So yeah,
But,
we won
but
a team.
breaking up the brothers feels like sacrilegious, though. It seems like very mean to break up the brothers.
That's
I would say.
true, but I had good interactions with him. Like he got some clutch wins. I got a clutch win, and yeah, overall great guy. Both of us respect each other. Hopefully, I do respect him a lot. Hopefully.
I'm there. Well, Byram respects everyone and no one, so he's a funny guy
Yeah.
like that.
On to the second team. I have played with Big Pharma a couple of times in Smogon.
Ooh.
So yeah, but I don't think he specifically remembers me.
Mhm.
Uh, I generally do tend to remember everyone I've played, even if it's at least once. It's a special case with Dialpo. So I have won a team tour as a captain with Dialpo as a part of the team.
Dialpo's a very special guy. He was my captain in season. Well, he was basically a captain in season 1, and he was really cool. He's a
Yes.
great guy.
And I was his captain. So yeah, that's funny. But it was my first team tour as a captain, and we ended up winning that team tour.
Oh,
It's,
but I mean, but that's also another thing that can separate you from a lot of PAL decks and Nat decks players, right? Your experience as a captain, and I'm sure you can help people mock with like the other PAL decks or maybe even the Little Cup format, right? So you know
yeah,
how to
yeah. Obviously,
get
I
a
know the
leadership
meta of
role.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I can. It's more. It's not a lot of leadership role, but more of understanding where the leadership team comes from, and then playing according to what they want you to give this week.
yeah.
Being flexible and understanding their approach is what's more important. So yeah, I did win a team tour, and I got Dialpo. That's a good team tour. Like, we had it was not the captains plus um, 7 players, and out of the 7, 5 were min bids,
Ooh, wow.
and we had Trace and we had Brett, the two people we spent money on, and then 5 min bids, and we won the team tour from there. So yeah, I'll just add it here again, but we did have a lot of leftover budget. It's not like that we ran out of budget that we had to go for min bids, but more like the scouting that my team had was insanely good. To the point where we got good people for min bids in the auction. Dalpo was one of them.
So we're saying if someone picks you up early, you might be able to help them scout. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, yeah,
But imagine,
definitely. Yes.
but that would be kind of crazy. Imagine you're out here scouting like 80 players, like after like one round. It's like, okay, I found a crazy min bid guy. We should go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a fan of scouting. So scouting is not like you do it now. If you get an, uh, it should always exist like a scout. So I also applied as a cap here, and I was fully prepared to go deep into scouting and get like 5 min bids and win the tour again.
Hey, but I mean, you do have captain experience, right? And if you do scout people, you might be able to scout even your future teammates, and I think that could be cool too.
Yeah. Um, I'm just gonna go over the other captains in brief because it's not like I've played with them. So, um, like I've played a team tour with them, but in different teams. So I've played with Carolero and Will in a different team tour. Like they're a different team. Steering and Battle Jabs is a different team. I've played with Fox in 2 different team tours. Um, and the team tour I won as a captain, like Meloeta Sigmas for the other finalist. So I've beaten Fox in the finals uh, to win the tour. And I've also played a tour with Mr. Tim. So yeah, that's all I guess.
Yeah. Uh, a lot of history, as you mentioned earlier, and that is pretty crazy. And also, these interviews are also supposed to help with scouting with the captains too. So just to see if a captain pairing, I think you didn't mention was it? Oh, you didn't mention a captain. I think it's a
I didn't
lab
mention to
thing.
Labs and Pacific and Hunky
Yeah.
and Rylan. I have nothing with them. Like I have not played with them so far.
But
Unless I played
it's a
with Hunky.
yeah, like these interviews are supposed to help captains that might not know the players, just to get a feel for them. Because I know a lot of captains, and I imagine this is the case. But like you are comfortable hopping in BC and maybe helping prep for PAL decks and Nat decks, right? Or maybe a little cup. I know some
Yeah.
captains are looking for that specifically. Okay, that's good to hear. Because like I think even I think it was either Hunky and Rylan or Battle Jabs and Styrian that said that they really wanna be in BC a lot and try to prep that way. So hearing that you're comfortable with that will also maybe make them like note you down and be interested in having you as a member of a good team, hopefully.
Sure. I mean, always down for it.
And well, you kind of mentioned it, but what do you think personally? Uh, what can you contribute to a team? Obviously, aside from like all the experience that you have in draft, what are other things that you might be able to bring to the table in general?
I think there's a sense of discipline that I generally like to bring with myself, where you are not only disciplined with yourself, but you kind of, when you have like one person who's really into their game, everyone kind of just hops in line and is like, oh, this guy's doing so well and he's serious about it, so we should also be serious. So
Mhm.
there's a discipline that I generally get into teams because I am serious about my games and team tours. Um, yeah, I guess that's one good thing I bring.
So obviously, you said that you don't want to be like a leadership role necessarily, right? But maybe you can lead by example, right? Like with your teammates, hopefully, and get them serious about like prepping early and like seeing about like specific EB sets or calculating specific things. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's most of the interview done. Is there any interesting like random facts or things you want to share with captains that might be or just with people that seem cool or that you might have an interest in?
Well, I have realized over the last year or so that apparently not all Pokemon fans are anime fans. Like it's a very small subset. It's
Mhm.
not like a very small subset, but it is a subset, a considerable subset. Um, I would assume that people who like Pokemon generally tend to like anime because Pokemon did start with an anime,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a very I don't know. Sometimes I throw out very common anime references, and people are like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like, "Okay, I have to translate it back to English now."
May I
So
ask what animes are you like the biggest fan of, or do you you enjoy watching the most? If you don't mind.
I have seen like over 1,700 anime at this point, so it's a lot. But I watch everything that's not horror, yuri, yaoi, everything except these three. But if I had to pick one, it would be isekai. Like it's the one thing that I will watch even literally garbage animes of.
Oh, I think you might have to DM me how you spell it out. I might have to search it up. Might have
So
to lock in and watch
it's
some seasons of it maybe
it's
or sit
isekai.
with.
So isekai is not an anime; it's a genre.
Oh, it's a genre. Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry. As you can
So
tell, I'm probably I don't watch so much anime myself.
yeah,
To the dismay of others. Yeah, but I'm trying to get into it.
the genre is like people. The technical definition of the genre is when you travel to a different world.
Oh,
It's the technical definition. The broad definition is anything that happens not on Earth, but the protagonist was originally from Earth.
so is it like I think it's Rent a Girlfriend would be that right? Because it's like the virtual world
No,
or
no,
no, it
it
would
does
not.
happen on Earth. So Rent a Girlfriend happens on Earth. It happens in
I
Japan.
thought it happened like online.
No,
Like
that's
you go through the virtual world or something.
oh no. Rent a Girlfriend is pretty much in Japan. Like they are in Japan. They live in their houses and everything. Good example would be Sword Art Online, if you have heard
Oh,
of it.
sorry. Maybe I think that's what I was thinking about. Sword Art Online because it is online, right? It's like actually just
Yeah, Sword Art Online. The best ones right now are ReZero.
oh. Um,
Yeah, there's this. So like every other category, Isekai has a litter box of very trashy shows, and somehow I find myself enjoying them. So yeah,
I mean, yeah. I mean, sometimes what's the saying? One man's trash is another man's treasure. So
Oh no, it's definitely
yeah,
trash.
I know. Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean.
I mean, it's better to say that. So
Then
in
explicit
my
or like other things. Yeah, I mean not
it's like
explicit. That's a bad word.
when I rate it, I put it like two things. One is quality. So there's a qualitative score of how good an anime is objectively, and
Mhm.
then there's an entertainment value. So how much entertainment does an anime bring? And even the shitty animes, it's like a very low quality can have a very high entertainment value.
Yeah, because you have fun with it, right? It's like almost like Pokemon battles, win or lose. Sometimes, like if the game is fun, it's just fun, right? Almost.
Yeah,
Ah,
not
But
not so much.
yeah, maybe losing's not always fun, but it's never fun. But there's worse losses like that.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
wins, there's wins that you have no fun at all, and then there's ones that you enjoy a lot because you played really well or something funny happened. But I think that's about it with the interview. Is there anything you want to say to anyone listening to this, maybe specifically captains listening to this? That just to close this interview out, or no?
I mean, all I'd like to say is all the best for the auction. It's
Mhm.
I think a lot of people have a perception that auction is fun, but I think auction is one of the most deterministic parts of a draft tour, like a team tour,
Yeah.
because essentially, if you don't get the right people, your team is not going to perform well, and it's going to be a hellish 7 to 8 weeks. Of not winning and self like you think that you did something wrong, and the team is not going to have a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
do well for the auction.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
really
I've seen teams get like a lot of good players, and they don't mesh well, and they end up having a bad season. So gotta be careful with drafting for
yeah.
sure.
So all the best for the auction. That's all I'd like to say. I mean, if I get picked, I do expect to play most weeks. Um, if you don't want me to play most weeks, I would recommend not drafting me. But I do think I'm one of the better players here to get to play all 9 weeks.
And before we say goodbye, I imagine you have posted some very good replays, right? In like player info.
I just put the docs. It said put in
Oh,
docs, so I put docs in.
okay. Yeah, because the captains can also see those applications. So hopefully
Yeah,
after this interview goes up, they see your great wins in there.
yeah, no, nobody has enough time to look through replays. I'll be
Yeah,
real.
but maybe I might put a good win in there. Like I might look at the because I also have access to them. I might go through a doc and put a good replay into the description of the video. I'm not maybe I'll see if I remember. So yeah, I'll note that down right now actually before. Uh, but yeah, I mean, you want to say goodbye to anyone that might be listening and close this off, Ari?
Okay. Thanks, Frank, for having this interview. I mean, you're doing an exceptional job with all the interviews and the entire league. I've not seen a league that does interviews before. I mostly did this for like the experience and the fun of it. But yeah, great talking to everyone, and thank you to everyone who listens to this video.
Yeah, thank you, Ari, for also signing up and doing it too. And hopefully, next time we interview, it'll be interviewing your winning team, right? Whoever drafts you and you guys
For
win,
sure.
right?
For sure. For sure.
And I think that's about it. Thank you everyone for listening and have a good night or have a good whatever time you're listening to this. Bye bye.